All right, everybody, what is going on? Sorry, I am very tired right now, guys. I'll be honest. I'll be honest with you. I have no energy. Um, I don't know. Anyway, let's go ahead. We'll hop in here. I don't want any drama. No drama in this video. Okay, I'm over it. Like I got off work. I worked all day. I get off work and like, dude, I foolishness. Anyway, Toppo. We got Toppo coming out on JP. Of course, you guys know. You guys know what you're here for, okay? They're already on Twitter, okay? You guys are watching this video. Guess what? Boom. They're already here. Go follow me. And you would have already seen this. Now you're watching this video like, oh, man, Jordan, I don't want to wait for you to ramble on for 10 minutes to get to the unit. Oh, you're so down. Like, bro, listen, okay? They're here, all right? Go watch it. Anyway, they're also here. There you go. Sneak peek. Toppo, let's talk about him. Okay. Let me drink some root beer. Hang on. I got a sugar-free A&W root beer. Let me drink this. Hang on. Okay. Toppo, determination to protect Universe 11 special pose and tournament participants. Get the 170% the stats. What is this? Warriors of Justice, Space Traveling Warriors, and Final Trump card get the additional 30% the stats. Forgive me, I am dealing with Google Translate basically right now. So, Justice Tornado is his super attack effect. By the way, this guy's animations, I'm not going to play him in this video, but they're pretty good. This guy has really good animations, surprisingly. I was like, all right. Still looks like he kind of has a really lame sticker, but we'll see. We'll see once it's in game. Anyway, attack and defense plus 50% for one turn is obviously very, very, very good. We like that. We like this. This is good. Defense on super attack, 50%. That's about all we can ask for, right? Like this is, you see this? Perfect. Okay. Passive skill, all that's left of justice. This is a whole lot of words right here. But essentially you get guard. You get guard for 3 turns and 11% damage reduction if you have 2 or more category allies in the special pose or it's Ally of Justice is Defenders of Justice category on your team. So that's not too bad. He does lead special pose, so that's kind of what they're going for right here. This shouldn't be too hard to get active. You have like the Gammas who are good. You have this guy. What's special pose looking like? I feel like I'm forgetting some people. Sorry, guys. Ribrianne can still be decent in some red zone fights. Gamma 1 is okay. These guys are obviously very good. And remember, we're looking at this from a JP perspective, and these units are already out. So, yeah, like, he's good. This unit, I wouldn't be surprised if they easy A. A lot of people are expecting Tech Jiren to easy A, although, would that even buff him? Would that get his intro? Because he's not on special pose or Ally of Justice, Defenders of Justice, right? Like, Jiren's not on Defenders of Justice, right? Let me double check that. Oh, they do put him on there. Okay, so this guy is on there. All right, so yeah, if he got an easy A, and they got an easy A, really this is what we're looking for. If they can easy A this Toppo right here, this int one, that's what we're going for. Also, I think this unit might be able to be decent in some of these, like in the Gogeta Blue fight. They might be able to stack up enough defense. We'll see. They kind of dropped this easy A, just like out of nowhere, and these guys felt like they never really had a home. But maybe we get some decent Universe 11 easy A's, and this guy could really come into play here. So we'll see. We'll get to him. So, yeah, I mean, this is fine. I mean, you don't really need this. It does get you 11% damage reduction, though, which once you combine it with some of this other damage reduction that he's getting, this is actually important. So, 200% attack and defense at the start of turn, 150% attack on super, 20% damage reduction. So that's where I'm saying, like, you get this mixed with this, and now you got 31%. Now you're kind of doing some stuff, right? When HP is 50% or above, you change, I believe this is int. You change int key spheres to rainbow, which is kind of like, but whatever. I mean, he creates rainbow orbs, kind of. He has a support special pose or friend of justice. This is, again, Defenders of Justice. Special pose, Defenders of Justice, key +1, attacking defense +30% for all allies in the category. I'm wondering if that is, if it's going to stack. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it. That might stack, because King Vegeta's stacks, right? I messed that up, actually, whenever I did King Vegeta's. If this stacks and it's actually like 2 keys 60%, that's pretty good. How is he worded? Where's old boy King? How are you worded? It's an and. Okay, so that's different. So it probably doesn't stack. We'll see. I mean, we'll see. As soon as this guy's in game, you know, we'll figure it out. Guys, sorry if I'm a little down tonight. I'm just like I'm so tired, guys. Right here, whenever you're the first attacker in the turn, you get an extra 200% defense at the start of turn, so a total of 430% right there. Guaranteed guard, and then you get defense plus 50% when an attack, or like I think when attack is like received, right? So this is multiplicative, so that's good. And then you get some buffs here in slot 2 or 3, but you really want to be running this guy in slot 1 for the guaranteed guard, extra defense, you know? Like, he'll be all right. He'll be all right. He does transform from the 4th turn onward if a special pose or category ally of justice, I'm just going to call it that, participating in the attack. So that has to be in the turn other than yourself, or starting from the 6th turn from the start of battle. So, I mean, this is okay. It's not the worst condition ever, but it's definitely not great. His links are that's what I'm saying. Like, we get that int Toppo and Pride Troopers to easy A, and it'll help this guy out a lot. But yeah, I mean, you guys can see Supreme Warrior, Tough as Nails is going to be his most important link, and then Shocking Speed, Tournament of Power are also what you want. These other ones are just all attack. So the ones you really want to focus on are these 3 right here. Tough as Nails, again, in particular, gives you damage reduction and more defense. So this is definitely something that you want active, since he already has damage reduction up here. I believe the link damage reduction will add into this damage reduction up here. So yeah, you want to try to get that active. Let's go and take a look at his calcs here. So let me do this. Okay. So his defense stat, 11,388. If you guys saw his card on Twitter, he has 6,888. He's a physical unit, so he gets 4,600. And then you get 2,000 to stats if you are 55%. So that's how we're calculating those numbers right there. 200% leader skill. If you guys haven't seen my videos before, then what you do for a 200% leader skill is you add them both together, since you're getting 200% leaders, and then you would add a 1 to that for like to make it like a multiplicative whole number. So you make that multiply by 5. So you take this, multiply by 5. And that's kind of like how you factor in the leader skill. To factor in the links, I just did all of them. It's 32% for all of them. As far as if that's realistic or not, probably not. But, you know, why not? We'll just do all 32%. Again, that is Tough as Nails, which is 20. That's going to be 7% from Tournament of Power. And then that's our Universal Survival Cycle, whatever it is. Tournament of Power, I think, is the link. And then 5% from Shocking Speed for a total of 32%. So you multiply by this by 1.32. And then as far as what you will see at the start of turn, that's going to be this next line right here. This 230%. So if we remember, if we go back to his card, he gets 200% at the start of turn here, and then he also gives all allies 30% right here. So that's a total of 230% that you'll actually see. This part right here, where he gets an extra 200% at the start of turn, this will not actually count, or you won't be able to see it until the rotation locks in. Once the rotation locks in, then this will actually kick in, which is why I separated these onto 2 different lines right here. So once the rotation actually locks in, this is what his defense goes up to at the start of turn. If you're wondering what the difference between this side and this side is, just take a look at the labels up here. This side has 50% support. So if you're ever curious, just take a pause, read what I have. I try to be descriptive with what's going on here. So, you know, take a moment and just see. But that's where you'll see, like right here, we're multiplying, what is that, A156B times 3.3, or You guys get it, but it's just, or I'm sorry, 1568, guys. I like my brain is so fried. I'm sorry. But anyway, you take this right here, you multiply by 3.3, and that gets you to this number. And then you would multiply that same one right here by 5.3 once that extra 200% kicks in. So then he gets 50% when receiving an attack. I believe this works like Vegeta, Fusion Zamasu, those types of characters, where this is actually going to be active as soon as an attack is targeted at him, I think. So we'll see. But I'm pretty sure that's how that's going to work. So this is kind of his like true slot 1 defense is this line right here. So whenever you're trying to gauge if he can tank or not, this is probably the number that you actually want to have in mind. And then again, you're mixing that with guard and then over 30% damage reduction. So, 600k defense, guard, damage reduction, that is obviously very good. Then he gets 50% on super, and then if you double super, this is what he can get up to. So again, just take a moment. I'm kind of clicking through the formula pretty quickly here, but I mean, it's going to be the same basic concepts as we go throughout everything here. The only thing different on this side is that instead of 3.3, you can see right here 3.3, we're doing 3.8 because we're getting an extra 50% support, so that'd be a total boost of 280% right here. And then again, right here, it'd be 5.8 because again, instead of 5.3, we use 5.8. 50% is a decimal is 0.5, so we added in. Down here is Toppo in his destroyer mode. We'll go over this pretty briefly. He's pretty basic, though. As far as how you want to build this guy, I would say additionals or dodge. I think dodge is probably going to be like your most beneficial aspect, especially because this guy to me just seems, he just screams like defensive unit to me. But you guys let me know what you think. So his super attack effects, he greatly increases attack for 1 turn. I think he stacks defense now. I think this may just be a bad translation, but I think he stacks just the way this is worded. But I'm not sure. He gets 300% to stats at the start of turn, 250% attack when attacking, 100% defense when receiving an attack, changes int key spheres to rainbow, guaranteed guards. He gets 80% damage reduction, and then you lose 8% each time you are attacked. So that means that, like, that's where dodge can be good, because if you dodge one of those attacks, you won't lose the damage reduction. So it can go all the way down to 20%, basically. See how the decrease goes up to 60%, which means that your damage reduction goes from 80 to 20 if you lose it all. For 1 turn from appearance, disables Ki Blast super attacks, and then from that turn onwards, you have a 50% chance to do it. So, Ki Blast nullification, guard, damage reduction, high stats. I think this guy is pretty decent. And then he does have this active skill right here. I mean, that's pretty good. So links don't really change. They do a little bit, but his defensive links are still the same. So for our calcing purposes, nothing really changes. Again, as far as who we want for an easy A, it's definitely this guy, like this int Toppo. Jiren would be good too, though. We would take Jiren. So back over here, you guys may have already figured this out by now, but defense doesn't change, leader skill doesn't change, links don't change. Now we're just at a flat 300% at the start of turn, which is lower. But you get 100% when receiving an attack. This is definitely when the, this one is definitely, like, already active. But you can see, like, we're pretty comparable, right? Like, not much has really changed here. So, then you get 30% on SA effect, 60% if you double super. Again, if this guy's stacking, he's going to be crazy. But, yeah, I don't know. Toppo's pretty good. I mean, you look at this. Maybe these numbers aren't jumping off the page to you, but to me, he looks really good. Once you factor in the guard, the damage reduction, yeah, this guy's looking pretty good. Let's briefly go over Catopleza. I don't even want to talk about this guy. This guy is just like, there's no point in doing calcs for this guy at all, because his performance is just like not consistent at all. I'll just let you guys read this, okay? Because I'm really tired. Yeah, like I see what they're trying to kind of go for. Like they're going for like the suit switch. What I want to know is if this is only once, I think it is. So this is like the only multiplicative buff that he has in his passive. Everything else gets added into the start of turn. So if you're reading through all this and you're like, whoa, he gets all these crazy buffs. It's like 600% stats at the start of turn isn't as crazy as you think it is. But yeah, I don't like... Anyway, you can look at this. So we got like a minimum right here. We got like the maximum, and then we've got like the super duper maximum. So I'm just going to scroll here. You guys can look at these two. You pause. Okay, take a look. Okay. Now you can look at this one. Pause, take a look. Okay. So, yeah, if you want a detailed explanation, leave me a comment if you really care about this guy, Mr. Power Ranger. But, guys, I'm sorry. Like, I have to go to bed. And then we got this Apple Tree Goku. He seems pretty good. For a free-to-play unit, I'm pretty happy with this guy. So let's go ahead and take a look at him. Leader skill doesn't matter. He does raise attack and defense by 50% for 1 turn and recovers 10% HP on super attacks. That's pretty good. If there is an Earthbred Fighters category ally on your team, you get an entrance animation, and for 4 turns, all allies get Key +1, and you get 10% HP at the end of your attacking turn. So that's pretty good. This is a pretty good entrance animation. 159% at the start of turn, 100% when super attack is activated. So 159% at the start of turn, 100% on super. Recovers 10% HP when HP is 90% or below. Guards all attacks when HP is 60% or below. Recovers an additional 15% HP when HP is 30%. When HP is below 30%. And then also additional move is always activated. So I believe that's also under 30%. So kind of rare, but, we'll take it. Key +2, 30% attack and defense for all allies in the bond of parent-child category. I mean, that's good. Just a chill and support unit. We like that. I mean, he's also healing. He's got a lot of healing. He's got support. He can guard potentially. And then if there's an ally in the Son Goku's family category attacking in the same turn, and guard is activated, you'll get 30% damage reduction, and attack will increase by 59%. So here is links. I mean, they're pretty decent. All in the Family's good. Prepared for battle. I mean, it's just a Super Saiyan Goku, right? Taking a look at his calcs here, I mean, you guys can see. I kind of added this triple super line in here, but I'm going to say this is going to be pretty unrealistic. Double supers, though, I think are possible. So you can go ahead and take a look at this guy. I mean, there's his defense. It's a pretty decent stat. You multiply by 5, 1.25, 1.89, because, again, he's getting 159% right here, and then 30% for himself from here, so that's a total boost of 189%. That's where I'm getting that number from. 100% on super, and then, I mean, this guy's pretty simple. Like, if you wanted to practice calcing a unit, this is one to do. He's pretty basic, so take a chance at it. See if you get to the same numbers as me. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate all of you so much. Again, sorry for the lack of enthusiasm in this one. It's just like, dude, I'm like withering away. So thank you all for watching. Again, I appreciate you all a lot. And I'll catch you guys next time.